Africa take on Fiji in the men's 50s competition.
But it's so much more than that.
We're playing for something bigger.
You ready?
Question is, how are you going to leave your legacy?
Well, here we are then, underway. Just received an updated team sheet for the game, which you love to see, with all the correct numbers and names as we're underway here. Fiji, who, according to the official guide, were beaten in their opening game. They were beaten comfortably in the end by Singapore. Oh, sorry, they were beaten comfortably in the end by England, 16-1. South Africa, on the other hand, put 15 past Malaysia in that opening game. So Fiji looking for a response, South Africa looking for more of the same. There'll be challenges in this division. Mel still alongside me for this, and well, South Africa, one of the big hitters at this age grade.
Yeah, absolutely. Their age grade teams have been phenomenal. I watched their women's 27s play yesterday as South Africa slide in for a very good score on the wing. Their women's 27s were class. It was like watching a women's open team with their speed. So, yeah, South Africa have definitely come to the World Cup to play. As they open up the scoring here, we can see little short runner, and then the winger just not covering his opposition number.
Glenn Gamzee, the scorer. Set up by Kim Waminsley-Crown of South Africa. But Fiji looking to respond. They were beaten quite soundly in that opening game by Singapore. There's a big win for South Africa as well, as a Fijian player goes down. And I think that's unfortunately a turnover.
Two of my favourite kits playing off against each other as well. South Africa, excellent kit at the World Cup this year. Lovely green, lovely little springbok, golden springbok on the side. Looks fantastic. And Fiji.
What's not to love about Fijian strip?
I think it looks wicked.
Traditional patterns as well.
if I was playing, I would definitely be seeking out a kit swap with one of these teams.
We've seen some great ones. I think Belgium have got a pretty nice strip with them this year as well. The black, red and gold.
Yep, Malaysia with their tiger stripes looking very sharp.
They're certainly recognisable as well as Fiji here in this men's 50s competition are off running for the first time, making it up to halfway. Good run by Rokosawa. I think it's a turnover for South Africa.
Yeah, just an over the mark there. It was a lovely inside ball. They got 10 metres on that inside ball, but unfortunately just a little bit over the mark when the player took that touch.
Nicholas Andrews. There's the first assister. Walmsley Crown there in the centre as well, back on the ball. Finds a nice little pass and he'll play half as well. And now South Africa look to get off on the races. Here's Andrew. Great pickup, 2-on-1, executed well. Barry Martin goes over, put in by Murray Shaban. South Africa have a second try.
I'll tell you what, you wouldn't guess a lot of these blokes in the South African team were 50, the way they're running.
Yeah, this is a great pickup by Shavans, and then he held his defender really well. Not much that Tamisoni Rokosawa could do about that one.
Yeah, it was a lovely delay on that pass, wasn't it?
Absolutely was, and it's got Fiji backpedaling. They will tap off from the half. Tap by Joshua Volau. He plays it out to the left. Gareti Fonmanu. There he is. Fonmanu again. Volau. Fonmanu at the half. Good work from Fiji, making their way up the field. Some really sizable players in this Fijian side. You can imagine they're pretty impressive union or league players in their time as well.
Yeah,
now
they've got
taking the field with touch.
A couple of touches up their sleeve here, Fiji. Nice split of the
turn
ball.
on the pace. There you go, diving in close range. I think they'll have their first score.
Lovely.
Over goes Joshua Volau. And Fiji have their first score.
Just watch this split off the ball by Joshua. Straight to the right, in chopping that hole very, very nicely.
Fed by Gareti Fonmanu. So South Africa ped back. 5 minutes already gone in this game, and is given the form coming into this following the open round of fixtures. It's not yet been the blowout some could have predicted, but here come South Africa through William Duck. Good pick up from Martin. Try score already today. Levy. Oh, lovely missed pass, but it's inches away from the free winger. Barry Martin looking for his second. Then the ball went down. Fiji escaped, but South Africa do look threatening now.
Yeah, we'll see how Fiji drive off their line here. The South African defence looks very, very solid. You can see them sending up a couple of players each time as we've got a handover coming. I want to say...
The referee seemed very adamant that it is a turnover.
Yep.
And that's all we play with here is that Barry Martin gets South Africa underway. And they're working their way through the midfield. Andrew on the pick-up. He's got Walmsley Crown on the inside. Great run, and then that final pass. They just weren't in the right position over there on the wing. So again, a Fiji escape. It's a couple times that South Africa have run out of room.
Yep, they want to control this ball now. Make sure they keep it for their set of six and make as many metres as they can up the field and keep South Africa away from their line, because South Africa are looking very dangerous. What a lovely, lovely drive from the number 16 from Fiji.
An injection of pace from Hansel Whippy. Yeah, it's a pretty apt name, isn't it, for the diminutive runner. Some real wheels about him. That couldn't be more perfect, could it?
It could not be. I can't believe I've got Mr. Whippy out in the field.
Absolutely, with all the pace to match as well. A couple of changes for South Africa. Ryan Hooker on at 13. And a touch taken there by Willem Mostert. Here's Labib Levy. Mostert takes the touch. Levy at the half, scooping through. 2-on-1. Lovely soft hands. Great ball from Wayan Vujan. And in the end, dotted down in the corner. But not for South Africa's third. Well, a turnover instead. I think touch and pass is the call. Vujan just caught as Whippy's off to the races again. And then another touch and pass. There was a succession of turnovers. Lucio Bernard that time. Forced to turn it over. Here's Christo van Standen. Van Standen looking to play half, but a penalty goes against Fiji.
For not moving up off the line. So Fiji are in their 7 metres, and at this point in the field, the defence team has to keep on moving forward and maintain forward momentum until South Africa cross that 7 metre line themselves.
Viljoen, long pass. Mostert. Viljoen again moves out to the wing, so long ball comes out from Van Stanton.
Great touch. I'm sure that touch was in there from that Fiji defender. Great touch on the line.
Touch made by Nagatalevi. So South Africa with a few more touches in the pocket. Van Stanton, Viljoen, all the way to the line. Well, lovely ball. It was a 2-on-1. Willem Mostert found a good bit of space, but it was just too low for him. Round his ankles, couldn't keep a hold of it.
Yeah, that was on for South Africa. They had the numbers, the mismatch, but just couldn't string together those passes. And I thought Fiji maintained control of that ball.
Zakawisa Nagatalevi penalised, so South Africa back with 6 touches in a dangerous area.
We can see them bringing some fresh legs on.
A key part of the 50s division is rotation. But Mostert flashes the ball across. What a take that is on the slide. South Africa will keep hold of possession. Quite brilliant work. It was Glenn Gamsey who scored the first for South Africa. Malumzi Crown throws it out wide.
Great shutdown defence by the Fiji team there. I think
Murray Shavant there was just caught.
I think that was the winger coming in to make that touch on the length there, stop that pass going any further.
But a penalty, so 6 more for South Africa.
South Africa are asking a hell of a lot of questions.
Labib Levi.
But Fiji is standing strong in defence so far, but I think just not quite getting onside there, unfortunately, the number 8 for Fiji. So
Levy's just drifted through to score in quite unsanctimonious fashion, their third try. Not much fanfare about it, but a good finish regardless. Just opened up for him, really. Took it on the return, and then, well, unfortunately, just a Fijian player offside. Joshua Volau never got back. So that's the third try. So Fijian tap off then, right on halfway. Suturaga there on 19 on the left. Well, a couple of number 19s, would you believe it? It's our job a little harder, I believe. But regardless, here come Fiji. Kunakata.
I don't know what this penalty is for. I assume it might be a forward pass. Yes, referee's signalling a forward pass.
So Nicholas Andrew drives South Africa out of danger. Wayne Viljoen. And another good carry, this time by Marius Lowe. Here's Levy. Mostert drives South Africa on. Oh, a little flick, change of direction, a lovely disguised pass from Levy. And then the miss ball as well to spread Fiji. Mostert's found his way onto the wing.
Fiji just kind of letting the attackers come to them. They're not really getting up very aggressively in defence, and it's worked for them. They've forced an error. I kind of compliment the defending team by saying they forced an error. An error has occurred.
An error has occurred, and Fiji will profit from it. That's the first touch as they make it towards the box. Fiji forcing the touch themselves. Here is Cavacoro. Well, they just keep driving all the way. The touch was made, so I think it's going to be a turnover.
Yeah, and over the mark here.
Away went Rokosawa, but South Africa with it. Mostert flicking the ball inside. Bit of a shoulder charge there. And the penalty will be South Africa's. We'll have 6 more to play with from here. Labib Levy.
Once again, not the most fluent of games to watch.
But in the men's 50s, I think you'll give them that compared to one of the 35s games, perhaps.
Yeah, a lot of them, once again, it's things within their control in terms of roll balls and over the marks.
Good ball from Levy to put in Van Standen. And I don't have a problem at all, Mel, of your opinion that with these kind of penalties they should know better at this stage of their touch careers. Here's Levy.
Mind you, it's great to see a lot of players coming into these age grades, discovering touch for the first time, having a background in rugby union or rugby league, and their body telling them, and lovely score there. Good heads-up play by South Africa, seeing the offside player, running in for a nice, easy score.
That's twice now that Labib Levy has drifted into space occupied by offside Fijians. He's done really well there. And that's a great line picked out from him for his second try. But as you're saying, Mel, it's good to see that this area of touch, specifically the Masters category, is growing as quickly as it is amongst the younger generation as people find it for the first time.
Yeah, a lot of ex-rugby players are coming into the sport, and we notice it playing touch down in London. A lot of clubs will appeal to players who maybe have had one too many head knocks. I think that ball was down there. Lovely score. Great eyes for the line from the Fiji attacker there. I'm looking forward to watching this replay. Excellent strike dump. I love a good dump like that being rewarded. He gets the ball back, ball straight down.
Orisi Kunakata crashes over for Fiji that time, and it's good play between the two middles.
Yeah, he's got 2 defenders on their backs. Great play by the Fiji attacker there. 4-2. They're staying in this game, Fiji, but yeah, great to see players coming from other sports, discovering touch. It's lesser impact, obviously no tackling, and sometimes contact or heavier contact sport can really ruin your body. So we do see a lot of older players coming in their 30s.
And here come South Africa there in the men's 50s competition. They lead by 4-2. A quick response from Fiji following the score of the South African fourth has left us at this point. Fiji chasing the game with 5 minutes left in this half. Good pick by Mostert. Levy off again. Good take from Van Stanton, who is caught with a flying touch. Tavo Sorovakatini makes the touch there. And heads off the field.
A very relaxed exit from the field.
Lovely deception on the wing there.
I love that style of play.
Lovely stuff from Vasuturaga.
Oh, these are some nice drives coming from Fiji here, targeting this left-hand wing. Lovely little ball.
Well, they're just a few inches out now. Lovely turn from Burnham. Gave the pass. And down went Tawakilai. And that's a try given. Creator of the Fijian second, Lorena Tawakilai. Set up this time by Musio Burnand. What a little place. Lovely pass.
Dumping the ball 50 centimetres off the try line. And I think the defenders were just expecting them to go to the open side, thinking that there was no space to do much of anything. And just a lovely little ball behind them.
Well, Matisuela Lituana Bogi is now wearing number 12 after the recently updated team sheet. So Lorena Tawakilai can be credited with the Fijian third. All of a sudden now they're within one score of this South African side.
I mean, and they're doing it in such a subtle way. It's almost like this style of touch that's like super relaxed, and I think it's just lulling South Africa to kind of lose a little bit of intensity in their defence.
Bit of a false sense of security as they went 4-1 up.
They've gotten a couple of tries from it, so they know what they're doing, these Fijian over 50s.
Running it down the left towards the box. Here's Apisai Vasuraturaga. Sutaraga there, hit the deck. South Africa back with it. And there's a bit of space opening up on the left if they can find it. Lovely wrap around this time from Andrews. Lovely ball inside. Great connectivity. There's the switch. Surely now Ryan Hooker goes over. Wonderful team try from halfway. South Africa have a fifth.
You know what, if there is a try that deserves to be on the highlights reel from today's play, I think it's got to be this one. The men's 50 showing it how it's done.
Love to see a men's open team try and carve open the opposition like that. Great passing play.
That was lovely. Old enough to be their fathers.
Wonderful play from South Africa. But Fiji done really well to keep a hold of it there after giving a bit of a tumble. Soravakatini there at the half.
Just over a minute to go in this first half. Fiji, I think, would love to get one back and put them within one try of South Africa going into the second half. Lovely little phase play from Fiji. Lovely.
Wonderful.
Oh, they're going to call this back for a forward pass.
Well, Fiji struggled in their opening game. I was chatting to one of the volunteers who watched it, and they weren't particularly impressed. They were beaten quite comfortably in the end by England, 16-1. South Africa, on the other hand, who put 15 on Malaysia, have struggled so far to break them down. Fiji, on the other hand, have bagged 3 tries of their own. Mel, it's still all to play for Fiji in the second half.
Yeah, I like their style of play in that first half. I thought they were unlucky with that last try as well. So they're within distance. I'd say Fiji need to increase the intensity of their drives, but I think that just kind of goes against their style of play. South Africa, I think, are playing well. They just need to be a little bit more disciplined with their defence. I think they're kind of running at the Fiji pace, and Fiji are running quite relaxed into that attacking line, whereas in South Africa, just missing a couple of key touches to let Fiji back into the game.
Well, with 20 minutes still to play, can Fiji hold on against this talented South African team, tipped to do very well in the men's 50 competition? We'll find out in just a few moments' time here at the Rugby World Cup, live from Nottingham.
Players and officials, this is your 2-minute warning. Players and officials, 2 minutes. Players and officials, this is your 1 minute warning. Players and officials, 1 minute. Players and officials, this is your 30-second warning. Please take to the pitches ready to play.
"20 minutes still to play here as Fiji take on South Africa. Fiji well within the game, just trailing by the 2 tries, 5-3. And Mel, we were just chatting in the break about what this game could mean for the pools, and you were pleasantly surprised that there are in fact 2 pools of men's 50s teams. So there's a plethora of nations in this category. It's one of the better supplied one here at the Masters competition. It's great to see.
Yeah, there are loads of men's 50s teams. I think we were expecting it to be around robin, but there's...
Much like the men's 55s or the 35s, which are both round robins, but no, 2 separate pools. This one also includes New Zealand, Japan, Italy, Portugal, Scotland and Wales. That's the other one. And then this pool is Singapore, Chile, Fiji, France, Malaysia, and of course the 2 teams playing here. So Fiji with a good chance of getting out of this pool if they get a win. They share it with Australia and France and England, of course, the big hitters, but it should be known that a top 4 side from each of these pools will be through to a men's 50s quarter-finals.
Yeah, it's extraordinary to see so many countries in this division, especially because this is the very first year that we've had... Oh no, we're in the 50s, aren't we?
Indeed, so it's...
Oh, sorry, I was thinking about the 55s, but
the
yeah.
55s still has a good number of teams as well in its first year, but I understand your point, of course, Mel. There's a load of players playing 50s this year, which is great to see. But it is perhaps surprising.
Yep, they've got a lot of potential in them. The 50s today are the 55s of tomorrow. So we'll see continued expansion. But it is great, and it's great to watch these players play. You can see that they've got the touch smarts happening, and a lot of these players are going to be the coaches, the club leads of all of their clubs back home. They're the guys who are developing the younger touch players coming through the Opens category. So it's just great that people still, maintain involvement and passion for the sport well into their 50s, and that we can provide a World Cup that brings everyone together from Opens levels through to the 55s division.
And a couple of turnovers in quick succession, one for South Africa, but they got it back after Fiji have made an error. 6 touches for South Africa to start the second half, as they'd like, with a try.
I know one of the aims of this World Cup was about inclusivity, and as South Africa, lovely try on the wing.
Barry Martin just about keeps a hold of it.
He knew I was going to be on a spiel about something and wanted to interrupt me with a classic bit of touch on the outside. What a lovely ball and great finish.
Pass from William Duck, but a great take by Barry Martin for his second try of the game.
Yeah, that was classy. But yeah, we talk about inclusivity with the sport in so many different aspects. We talk about in terms of gender, in terms of mixed touch, men and women playing together, but also in terms of age groups. And I struggle to think of a sport that would have its World Cup and have so many teams playing and include every single age division at a single World Cup. And it's just brilliant to see. And you see the sidelines, so many people supporting fellow nations, and yeah, it's just lovely to see.
And every age group is live, of course, with us on the Fit YouTube channel, brought to you by Next Gen. As always, here with Touch Rugby in the UK. Growing area of UK sport domestically, as this World Cup is a testament to.
Yep, 70% bigger than the last World Cup. And kudos to the teams for coming over, as South Africa once again targeting the outsides of this Fiji team.
Oh, wonderful hands. There was even the extra man over for Viljen to put in for another score. South Africa have come flying out the blocks here, but...
No, forward pass. I was thinking it looked forward from here. I think it was just that last pass on the end that went forward. But kudos to a lot of these countries for coming over to Nottingham, especially countries like Fiji, Samoa, Cook Islands, in the Pacific. They've had a lot of flights to make their way over to Nottingham, so it's great to see them come over and play.
And the Canadians and the Americans as well. They've come from all over.
Yep, Cayman Islands, Chile.
All the way down to South Africa as well. Every corner of the globe covered by the Touch Rugby World Cup 2024 here in Nottingham.
Yeah, and we've got a voluntary roll ball. Fiji player adamant there was no touch in, so they've got the possession. Nice drive up as well after getting that penalty. Lovely little dummy.
Rokasawa all the way through, and he's looking to free up Sarova Katini, who gets another pass away. But unfortunately, just caught there Hansel Whippy.
He is rapid. I'd love to see them get the ball into his hands.
Absolutely.
A lot more. He just looks dynamic every single time he gets it, but he kind of looks like he's on that far side of the field. I don't know, potentially waiting until he runs around that wing, but I'd love to see him get into the middle and use that speed a little bit more.
Here's Aseseli Navorisi looking to roll it back, but in fact it's a turnover instead. The dismay of himself and Apisai Vasuturaga. So South Africa can break down the right towards their box, and that's a good drive to get things started, but another mistake.
Another turnover, unfortunately.
Good pickup from Vasuturaga as well. Here is Whippy opening up the legs.
That's it, get him in the middle.
Suturata getting involved as well. Lovely little show and go, and draws the touch as well out of Walmesley Crown.
Yeah, nice heads up just to slow down the play there.
Rokasawa.
He's done his role, subbing off, but another hand over here.
Well, it's a turnover, and Fiji look a little bit short. Whippy's
right.
getting across. There's the ball inside.
Whippy's defending 3 players on his own. Look at him go.
Oh, and he's done it.
Oh, and he's forced the turnover. Whippy, play of the day.
Hansel Whippy just defended a 3-on-1 all on his lonesome.
He's got his hands on his head. What an amazing little defensive effort by Whippy on that far wing. Now I can see why he's on that far wing, to basically defend 3 players on his own.
As Fiji are in transition, so they have got their substitutes on. Looking to make their way up the field. Touch and pass, I believe, but well, a wave on. It was a good delay on the touch. Into contact goes Tawakilai, and has it back here. Fiji's got a bit of a roll on, but the pass from Burnand just a bit low.
some smiles from the intended recipient of that ball.
Yes, and good vibes all day from the Fijians on their bench. We've had the men's 35s, the women's 35s, now the men's 50s. They've brought some real energy to Riverside. Touch made on Ryan Hooker, try scorer in the first half. Levy. Viljoen at the half. Levy will have it back. Do Fiji get onside? There's the touch made, but they race away to score. Just got on the outside of Nayatalevi. And South Africa have another, and that's a hat-trick. The most nonchalant hat-trick you'll ever see from Labib Levy. Every single one of his tries has been exploiting the space so well.
Very relaxed stroll over the try line.
And he's third as well. South Africa leads 7-3. Fiji yet to score after the break. South Africa have added 3 more to the tally.
Yeah, they're starting to stretch away now.
Or twice even in this second half. Here come Fiji though. 4 more touches inside South Africa's half. Spreading the play.
Yeah.
Tawakili.
Nice yards here from Fiji. Lovely inside ball back. They're in the 7 now. Pick up from half.
Oh, lovely switch on the inside. And another. Tawakili looking to free the hands.
We've got a tap-off play in my club called a goosey double buller. And the double buller is basically a double switch, and I think Fiji were
almost
just
there.
pulled it off on the...
Tawakili had his hand out for the next one as well. But they've got a few more touches to play with, but it's just behind Lurima Tawakili. Some defensive work then. Good touch from Asesele Nabarisi, but South Africa are transitioning well. Hard line this time from William Duck, flying through, but South Africa will roll on. They've got numbers over here. I think they might go all the way. One more pass. It's Barry Martin's turn to score the hat-trick.
Just when you think the game is just passing at a sedate pace, South Africa just put the accelerator on. Let's look at this passage of play. This ball out was an absolute belter, and just in time to get that pass out to the winger.
Ratutila Kabakoro got across to put the pressure on Kim Womansley-Crown, but gave the pass. Good timing. Hat-trick for Barry Martin as well. 8-3 then. The score ticks over for South Africa. Vasuturaga. Burnand and Whippy getting around one. Oh, look at him go. Little stutter step into the hands of Apisai Vasuturaga. Whippy again.
He's creating chances everywhere he runs, isn't he?
Just off a South African player there.
Oh, they got very lucky here, Fiji. I thought that was going to be a touch pass, but the referee has got South Africa off for offside.
6 touches then for Fiji. Big opportunity for them.
Yep, they're taking the time with the restart here.
Vasuturaga with Marcio Burnand to his left.
Yep, we can see the winger in front of our commentary box on the right-hand side calling for the ball.
Oh, it's returned back to... well, it's a very encouraging play on the sideline. Returned back to Vasuturaga. He just crashes over, but they'll have to go back for another set.
Yeah, we talk about a lot of these guys being ex-rugby players, and we've just seen a demonstration of it on the far side of the field.
Now Fiji will look to be a bit more expansive. Touch made. Into the line comes Sean Kama. And Kama loses the hat and the ball, unfortunately, there. Well, he's back into the defensive line. South Africa then racing away down the right. Momentum stopped for a good touch.
Yeah, when they get some open space on the field, South Africa are just showing their speed, but...
Just a foot in touch there, I think.
Yeah, it did look like it from this side.
Marius Lowe caught out by the match official. The Fiji back with it. Good period of possession in South Africa's half. Nothing to show for it so far.
Good yards here through the middle for Fiji as they pick up from half, pass back out. They've made a good 20 metres on the last 2 touches.
Oh, lovely pass back to the right-hand side by Fonmanu. And down they go, but Burnand sent back to the 7. Loretti Fonmanu, long lofted pass, and they look to spread it from right to left, and that's a lovely ball. Whippy into the corner, but a great touch on the cover as he looked to cut inside. Kunukata.
Yep, Fiji getting some
massive
fresh legs.
pass. Well held, little show and go. Tawa Kilai kept a hold of it and then looked to free the hands. But in the end, Joshua Volu caught. Joshua Volu forced to turn it over. Back comes South Africa. Through Wine Viljoen. Here he is, Viljoen again. Just squaring up, per se, with Sean Kama. Wouldn't be my first choice. Who to square up to on the Fijian side. Great carry from William Duck once again. It takes another tumble on transition. Big fan of those.
Yeah, William Duck has been great in his South African team. Every time he's been on the field, he's injected that pace over on the far side wing.
That pass through the hands of Barry Martin, but he's perhaps school enough today. Hat-trick to his name. Freshly onto the field is Bogie. Oh, what a penalty for South Africa.
Yeah, very delayed call on that penalty. from the referee there, but
He
it's
did come
given
from the touchline.
South Africa possession.
Womansley Crown lifts it. Oh, that's an excellent run from Shabant. Great ball. Berry taking them all on. Ball back inside. And then sliding in from close range. The try not given, but a great effort from William Duck.
That is some class Fiji defence to keep them out there. The ball was fizzing around.
Here's Kim Womansley Crown.
And a loss of control in the roll ball there. So Fiji with the ball back. Just over 5 minutes to go in this game.
That's the first touch as Fiji head towards the box. 5 minutes to go. It's been a long half an hour of rugby. These 50s players still driving on the South Africans with good line speed. Kabakoro onto the field. Plays it to Larima Tawakilai. Rolls it back. And now Fiji open up the pitch. Good hands.
Yeah, nice spread of the ball by Fiji.
Touch made on Nagatalevi. Oh, nice footwork, but caught by Berry. Martin. Touch there on Womansley. South Africa make it to an edge, but they do in fact ring in the changes. Beeb Levy on there at half. Got Nicholas Andrew there with him. Levy will go back to Andrew, you think? Last 5 minutes, South Africa keen to see out this game after a first half scare. And that's a lovely wraparound. Good ball. Oh, juggled and held. Flashed across by Mostert. And Marius Lowe kept a hold of it. And he has got the score. South Africa 9, Fiji 3.
A very flat pass out here,
good
but
ball.
lovely hands.
Even better take. Ratutida Kabakoro came flying across, but couldn't lay a hand on Marius Lowe. His first score of the game. A pleasing performance from South Africa, who in this second half are much improved. 4 unanswered tries with 3.5 minutes to go.
Yeah, they're starting to show their class now, aren't they, South Africa? As soon as they have that injection of pace, particularly when they come through their subbing area, it really does make a difference, and it set up a lot of their tries.
Good drive, though, from Fiji. Oh, lovely little no-look pass. You could see the idea. And on the follow-through, Asesele Nabarisi was just caught. Didn't look too comfortable there. Three minutes to go. And then our final game of the day. We return to the men's 45 division. And this time it's our two Spanish-speaking sides as Chile take on Spain themselves. Very passionate Spain in the opening ceremony and in their support. Their women's 27 side took on France and beat them yesterday, and the support for the Spanish there was raucous, even overshadowing England, who were taking on Switzerland at the time. Should be an exciting fixture. Chile, part of one of the biggest shocks of the tournament so far, when they were beaten by Jersey over on pitch 1 yesterday.
Yeah, I've watched that game and it was an interesting one. I thought Chile were the better team, to be honest, but once again, just errors creeping into their game. They just let a couple of chances go and, yeah, let Jersey into the game to beat them by 1.
The second biggest shock of the tournament in my book, after the Cayman Islands beat Samoa in the mixed 30s.
Yeah, Cayman Islands, I think they play the US Touch Championships every year now, and I've spent a couple of years at the US Touch Championships playing and reffing, and I think that is just such a great tournament, not only for the US in terms of selecting their players, but for teams like the Cayman Islands and some South American teams to come over and play some good quality touch.
For now, though, in the remnants of this men's 50s games, South Africa searching for double figures. Levy, great ball out wide. Oh, through the hands they go, but the call came before So there'll be no 10th try as of yet.
Unlucky. That would have been a lovely try to finish the game on. As they pass it back into the middle. Let's see if Fiji can create something in the last minute of the game. They got a lot of ground to make it up to the South African try line.
But if anyone can do it, it's Fiji. Touch there. Makoisa Nagatalevi. We're looking for Nagatalevi again. But he's lost his hat. Riverside Turaga. There he is, back on again. Back in the play. Well, actually, it was Kunukata that time.
I think this will be, yep, final touch.
So I think this is South Africa's last chance to crack double figures here. They've certainly taken the victory. Here's Levy. Look at his 4th try. Goes a little longer for Womersley Crown. Kim Womersley Crown. There goes the buzzer. One last strike at the try line then. Might as well throw the long ball, but it can only find the Riverside deck. So the end of our penultimate game, as the announcement has bellowed across the field. It's a win for South Africa, as expected, against Fiji. A 2nd win for South Africa as they hunt for a place in the top 4 of this pool, which will see them through to a men's 50s quarter-final. Final game of the day across the pitches here on Riverside. Up next, we return to the 2nd round of fixtures in the men's 45 competition. Spain take on Chile.
Beyond that, you will not be allowed into the clubhouse. So once more, before you go, please do frequent the merchandise tent. It looks like it's going fast, so if you do want to get some items for this event this week, you better hurry up and get there soon.